Good evening, everyone. Your first forecast is brought to you by Store at Home Rent-to-Own Portable Buildings. It was definitely a sizzler today with temperatures climbing into the upper 90s. We're going to see more of the same tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine and a lot of humidity. So the summer-like conditions will continue into your Tuesday. Here's a look at your forecast. Temperatures tonight will be dropping down to around 75 degrees. Mostly clear is what we're going to start off with tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine during the day, which of course will warm us up once again into the mid to upper 90s. We are expecting lots of sunshine, but there could be an afternoon thunderstorm or two just because of the heat and humidity, but they will die down near sunset. And we have more rain chances in your 7-day forecast. We'll have details on that on ABC 31 News.
Welcome to ABC 31 News tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. The Alexandria Police Department has seen several big changes recently. ABC 31's Joanna Phillips brings us a look at what's new.
Alexandria Police Department is moving forward, from a newly appointed police chief to the release of a new recruiting video to draw attention towards careers in law enforcement. Chief of Police Jared King has over 20 years of law enforcement and military experience.
When I first started, I was in patrol. I was just a patrol officer for the department. I actually was started a little bit early and had to wait for an academy to start, so they had me doing some administrative tests, things like that. But then once I got into the academy, I graduated from the academy here and went right into patrol.
Since taking the position of police chief, he's been speaking about changes in the field of law enforcement as a whole.
Law enforcement in general has changed drastically. It's because of the technology, things that have happened in the nation with laws and how police officers have to do what we do. It changes drastically on a daily basis almost. So in a period of 22 years, the change has been, it's almost 180 degrees.
And changes to the Alexandria Police Department, especially when it comes to being involved with the Central Louisiana community.
I've assigned an officer full-time, Corporal Desitel, to the Community Rec Division for the police department. And what he's doing, he's going around to the various schools during the day for a certain amount of time, just developing relationships with the kids so they interact with APD in a positive manner. But then what's even better than that is after school in our city rec centers and city programs at Franco Hunter and at the YWCA, the old YWCA or YMCA off of Sylvester, he's there as a mentor helping with athletics, and he's the cornerstone of what's going to be our police athletic league that we're going to develop.
They're also continuing to move forward when it comes to crime in the area.
To combat some of the violent crime, we started our ATF task force officer that's really going to help us take these violent offenders and prosecute them federally to get them off of the streets, because these are the individuals that are targeting our citizens.
You can keep up with the Alexandria Police Department through their website at alexandrialapolice.org, Facebook page, and Twitter. Joanna Phillips, ABC 31 News.
Executive Director of the Mississippi Arts Commission was a guest at CLEDA's quarterly innovation luncheon today. He told us about the new museum in Meridian.
In Meridian, dedicated to a new cultural institution in Meridian, dedicated to what we call arts and entertainment. All of the great Mississippians, their stories, their legacy, and there's also a walk of fame, like a hall of fame. It's only been open for a couple of months, and so it's just getting its sort of feet under it, but they've had an induction, two inductions actually, of the Hall of Fame, and they are now open for business, and all of the exhibits, all the interactive stuff, it's very contemporary, very cutting-edge technology. It's a wonderful experience, and it tells a story of Mississippi's creatives and all the people who came from Mississippi who have populated the globe and done really great things like Oprah and Morgan Freeman and John Grisham and, you know, Eudora Welty and Richard Wright and all the great.
For more information, you can visit msarts.org. E-cigarettes are growing in popularity among younger adults, but are they a safer alternative to regular cigarettes? ABC 31's Shar Thomas gives us a look at some recent numbers and the health concerns.
All right, what can I get for you today, man?
It's a fast-growing product meant for people looking to quit smoking. They come in well-known flavors like fruit punch, gummy bear, and bubble gum. But is it as sweet as it sounds? 5 years ago, Patrick O'Neill traded in his pack of cigarettes for a vape stick and has not looked back ever since.
After I started vaping, about 3 weeks after I stopped smoking cigarettes, I felt like a cinder block was lifted off my chest. I just felt worlds better. You know, I could walk upstairs without being winded.
Is vaping less harmful than cigarettes, even though O'Neill noticed a dramatic change in his health?
So traditional cigarettes contain about 400 toxic chemicals, some of those cancer-causing, most of those cancer-causing. Formaldehyde, hard metals, and e-cigarettes contain 60 of those chemicals. But there's not a big how can I say this? Traditional cigarettes contain roughly 400 toxic chemicals, some of those being cancer-causing, whereas e-cigarettes contain less chemicals, 60 chemicals to be exact. But we don't really know how many of those are cancer-causing versus the cancer-causing in the 400 chemicals from the traditional cigarette. So, you know, to compare apples to oranges would not be fair because it's comparing nicotine to nicotine.
Although there isn't any evidence that electronic cigarettes are safer, researchers have indicated that they may lead to negative health consequences.
And so what they're discovering through research, because that's been since 2009, we're in 2018. Next year will be 10 years e-cigarettes have been in place. And what they're starting to see is that a lot of these young adults that started smoking at 11, 12 doing e-cigarettes, they're starting to have respiratory problems, respiratory illnesses much younger in life than we would typically see in 40, 50-year-olds. Now they're having them in 20, 30s, you know, their 20s and 30s, which is harmful.
Vaping has become an epidemic among teens and adults. While the rate of teen cigarette smoking is going down, the number of teenagers who are vaping is soaring, and parents should be aware. Shar Thomas, ABC 31 News.
The Central Louisiana Economic Development Alliance is recruiting applicants for the 4th annual Food Fellows program.
Louisiana Food Fellows is one of our favorite programs in our local foods initiative. It really is a program designed to help local food leaders or anybody who's interested in local food really get the resources and information they need to feel confident about being a leader in their own community, whether that's to help start a community garden or a farmer's market, develop food policies. We discuss all of these topics, but also just really focus on what is your role in the food system. Applications are due Friday, September 21st, and it's free. You can go to freshcentral.org and apply online. It takes about 5 minutes to apply. We just want to make sure that you know what you're getting into. This program is set up so that anybody from really across the state can participate, but we really focus on Central Louisiana residents.
Again, you can head over to freshcentral.org to learn more about the Food Fellows program. Tomorrow evening, the public will have a chance to hear from all 3 mayoral candidates, State Representative Jeff Hall and attorneys Catherine Davidson and Kay Miguels. The Young Professional Group of Central Louisiana is hosting the Alexandria mayoral debate for the general election at 6:30 p.m. at the Coughlin Saunders Performing Arts Center. The event is presented by Senlaw Broadcasting and will feature 3 media panelists from the area, including our own Bab Zimmerman. It is free and open to the public. Firefighting agencies from all over Rapides Parish gathered in Alexandria Saturday morning for Firefighter Appreciation Day. Residents and elected officials came out to the mega shelter to support those who put their lives on the line every day to save others and remember those who died in action. Congressman Ralph Abraham delivered a speech to thank firefighters for their work and their bravery.
The message to our wonderful firefighters is that we appreciate you. We know that your job is extremely dangerous. It does not go unnoticed, and just say thank you. You know, I've said it over and over. They are the heart and soul of any community, and without them, good people die.
Organizers honored families of fallen firefighters and handed out firefighter awards. This is the 25th year for Firefighter Appreciation Day. On Saturday morning, cyclists took over the streets for the 7th annual Le Tour du Bayou. The tour saw more participants than last year. consists of a scenic cycling trip throughout the bioregion of central Louisiana. There were 6 levels for riders, and all levels began and ended at Kent Plantation House. After the ride, bikers got to enjoy some live Louisiana music and refreshments. And if you were downtown in Alexandria on Saturday night, you probably heard the sounds of a symphony playing. The Rapid Symphony Orchestra and guests, the Willis Deloney Trio, performed a cool night of jazz. The amphitheater was packed as listeners enjoyed the music and some dinner. Coming up after the break, Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh is under fire with allegations of a sexual assault in his past.
Well, welcome back, everyone. We are expecting the summer-like heat and humidity to continue into tomorrow. Our heat indices, or what it will feel like to our skin, will be about 103 degrees. So another very hot day. Definitely drink a lot of water if you're going to be outside for an extended period of time. We do have the possibility of a few afternoon showers and thunderstorms, so we're going to have that through much of this week. Temperatures, though, will finally cool down a little bit by this weekend. We'll take a look at that in just a little bit. But our high today was 98 degrees in Alexandria, and Leesville is around 96 degrees. So all of us saw those hot conditions, and of course you add the humidity into it, and it felt a few degrees warmer. In fact, most of us saw those heat indices well into the 100s, or what it felt like across much of our region. We're going to stay hot tomorrow. High pressure building into the region, keeping us fairly dry, and so we're going to see plenty of sunshine. However, there is that possibility of an afternoon thunderstorm or two that will pop up because of the heat and humidity. That will help the air to rise, and so we're going to see the possibility of showers and thunderstorms in the late afternoon into the evening hours. So this is what it looks like. Our future radar is showing quiet conditions for tonight. Any rain that we have out there will continue to die down, and then by your noon hour there could be a few thunderstorms or showers that pop up. Very isolated, very spotty, and then more activity, especially in the early evening hours, turning into some thunderstorms out there, and then dying down after sunset when we lose heating of the day. As far as those temperatures are concerned, our average highs for this time of year is around 88 degrees, and we're going to be well above that for the next few days. In fact, tomorrow's highs will be in the mid to upper 90s, staying in the mid 90s through Thursday. Then we find the cool out as we head toward the latter part of this week, as we're going to see the chances of rain start to increase. Here's a look at your forecast. We drop down to around 73 degrees in Alexandria, and Boyce the same, and it is going to be partly cloudy but then clearing out in the morning hours. We're going to see plenty of sunshine during the day, but we do have a possibility of an afternoon thunderstorm. Temperatures around 96 degrees, but it's going to feel like well into the 100s. Staying in the mid 90s as we head toward the middle of the week. Plenty of sunshine once again, but again, we do have the possibility of an isolated thunderstorm or two. More chances of rain, a little bit more widespread toward the end of the week. Temperatures will start to cool down. So our high on Friday will be around 90 degrees, staying in the low 90s through the weekend, and then we drop down to around 90 on Monday with more chances of rain. Scott? Yeah.
Thanks, Kim.
All right.
Thanks for watching ABC 31 News. Have a great night.